Good morning, everyone. This is Martin. And they say that with age comes wisdom. And, that's probably true. But then again, I know people that certainly fit the age category, but have seemed to have missed the wisdom train. And I may be one of them, I'm not sure. But there is one thing that I'm certain of, and that is that with age comes perspective. And I had kind of a perspective reality check the other day that I want to share with you for a minute. And it has to do with the whole idea of, when you pursue your dream of living back to the land, or a homestead life, or a off-grid life, or a cabin in the woods kind of a life, or really any kind of a life for that matter, whatever your dream is. There's a certain perspective that you need to take into consideration, and this came about by something my wife said on a recent video, and she said it before, but for some reason it kind of hit me the other day as maybe from a little bit of a different angle. And what she said was, I never expected to be doing this at 65 years old. And what she was referring to was we had recently moved to a piece of raw land and have been developing it to live on. And we're in the middle of, we're just barely in the starting stages of building a house down here. And what we've been doing is we've been working the real strenuous stuff of the cement work and the blocks and building a basement, all of that. And it is a lot of work, and it's, we are in our 60s, and it's a little bit of a slow process, but we are enjoying it. And I believe, she said the other day on her way back home from somewhere that she really was enjoying the whole experience, and that's good. I'm glad to hear that, and I am too. But we kind of started a little bit of a self-sufficiency journey back in our 20s, and life happened and a lot of things happened, and we kind of got away from that, and now here we are in our 60s. Actually pursuing that dream of, living back in the woods and building our place from scratch, with our own two hands. and while we're enjoying that whole process and that experience, wisdom says, or at least perspective says, that it would have been a lot easier for us if we'd have just started this whole thing sooner. And, through life, when life is happening, a lot of things distract you and become more important, or at least in our minds, they can become more important. And, looking back at it I'm now 64, I'm not sure that all of that importance was as necessary as what we felt. And, now that we're actually kind of living out a dream of ours that's been a dream for decades, really, of kind of buying a piece of land and sort of developing it into our own space, and doing what we want to do with it, and what we want to do with our lives. It would have been just a lot easier if we'd have started earlier. So here's a message to you younger folks out there that have that dream, and I understand that not all of you do, but it really does apply to any kind of a dream that you've got. If you have that kind of a dream of moving back to the land, becoming self-sufficient, do a homestead thing or off-grid thing, or just, disappearing out of the woods and living that kind of a life, don't wait too long, because it's a lot easier to do those things physically when you're younger. And even though we're in decent physical condition in our 60s, I can tell you right now from experience that it's a lot more strenuous and it's a lot more work now than it would have been if we'd have started this 20 years earlier, or 30 years earlier, or, even 40 years earlier, when we were originally out kind of stretching our wings into that kind of a lifestyle. So the wisdom of the ages here is, don't wait too long. It's easier, and it may be work, and you may have a hard time seeing a pathway to it or through it, but find that pathway. Don't wait to start. Somewhere along the line, you can find a way to start, and I think that you will look back on it with no regrets, fewer regrets than if you end up waiting till the end. Okay, and I'm not saying that we're at the end, but we're definitely on the other side of the hill. Okay, and again, enjoying the journey, but it would have been a lot easier, and I think it would have been a lot more fulfilling if we'd have gone ahead and started this journey a lot sooner. And that's the encouragement that I want to leave with you today. I appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Follow along with our video series. We are starting to do live streams now, so and we'll be talking a lot about this subject more in depth with the two of us on the live streams. But be encouraged with that. Don't be afraid to start if you think you're too young, because it's never too early to start. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. See you next time.